Hello, beautiful gems. So, what brought me here to record this video on, it's the 25th, but I was at my mother's house earlier and I'm home now from Thanksgiving dinner and I wanted to record a video. What brought me here was the Shanquella Robertson situation. So I don't really want to talk about her situation. It's very sad, and I've had a very emotional week. So I don't have the energy to talk about the unaliving of such a young, beautiful, vivacious woman. But what brought me here to even this video was her situation because envy and jealousy are running rampant. And I guess it always has been, but I'm at a point in my life where I do not feel like I'm meant to have friends. I'm just not. Um, I dealt with some things just this year of very, to me, deep jealousy. So I'm going to share some things and basically tell a story time. So at the end of last year, which was 2021, I had decided to register my business, my jewelry business, in which I've had for some time now making jewelry. I had a sole proprietorship and I decided to register an LLC. I wanted to make some moves for myself. So I registered Beautiful Gems Boutique. And I don't know what got inside of me, but something got inside of me, and I guess got this entrepreneur bug. And I had my boutique registered. And so I remember reaching out to a friend who I knew who made t shirts, and we kind of were in like, some of the same realm of craft items. I make handmade jewelry. But I also started to venture out at this time. I started to do resin pieces and make like resin ashtrays, jewelry, trinket boxes, goddesses, which is just really the bust, resin bust body without the head. Um, just resin pieces. And I also was doing my jewelry. So I decided to reach out to her to team up. And I decided to kind of start and form a new business with her, which turned into its own thing, which eventually was registered by moi, um, with both of us on there. And what I discovered halfway through working with this person is that they were jealous of me. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's no one can really tell you that you don't know when someone's jealous of you. If you have an interaction, no one makes up that someone is jealous of them. I know, no, I don't. And I don't know anybody that I really think would sit around and say, oh, this person's jealous of me if they're not. I mean, when you're dealing with someone on a daily basis and things start to change in the way that you interact, and it seems like there's animosity, it's like you're either jealous of me or you're mad at me. And what did I do for you to be mad at me? What have I done? What is the problem? I don't know. And it's not even to say when you say that, it's like people think you're saying, well, think I'm the stuff. But no, we are all different in our own way. And some people will covet your uniqueness. Some people will envy who you are, your anointing, your whatever is about you that gives you that gift of gab. Some people just, it's very hard for them to be around that energy and maybe feel like they're lacking. They may not actually build on their own character and their own uniqueness. They may just hate you for yours. And I was working close in proximity with her on a daily basis, close energy because we are around each other a lot, doing vending shows together. And it just got very difficult. Like, she didn't want to do her job. It was difficult. She wanted to do other things. Um, and I just didn't like it because it shouldn't be, it should really be about the business. It should really be about the money that needs to come into the business to grow the business. Because otherwise, what's the point of having a business? So it dawned on me, and I hate to get supernatural, but it really dawned on me that this person may have even been working in witchcraft or the dark arts against me. Like, I'm not crazy. I know what was going on at that time, and that experience, nobody can really take that from me. So I know. So, it got very difficult to be in this friendship slash partnership where money and time was invested. And mind you, my boutique, my LLC that I formed myself, is on the shelf really to build this. I'm talking about new logo, new branding. Everything was, I just did this with my boutique, but it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to have two businesses. I could have done it by myself. I registered it. This person still doesn't know how to register a business. At the time, I didn't even know how to. We didn't have a business plan. I went out there. I'm a research person. You just figure it out. You do it. You go, you read. If you're good at comprehending, I get not everybody's good at reading comprehension, but if you're really good at reading comprehension, you can pretty much learn to do whatever you want to learn to do and take care of it, and help and teach other people. And this person still probably doesn't know. I remember writing the business plan because we needed it for some things we were trying to make happen. And I remember the person saying that they were going to do it. They did not do it. I did it. And then maybe like a few weeks later or a little while later made a comment about their boyfriend saying, "Oh, you guys really need a business plan." I had already wrote the business plan and I already printed it out and gave copies to each of us. I was doing everything like in a business way to take this approach of being serious about this business, that nobody is spending money on LLCs for nothing. For all of that, we can just get a job and work it and just do that. But I'm wanting to build this business, this brand of two people that make craft items. It was very difficult. Sometimes the understanding of what your task wasn't there. Like, did you not understand the assignment? Sometimes the quality of the work was not there. I kind of took it all in. Mind you, I'm not talking about anybody, but I'm saying what the real deal is. This person was sloppy at certain things. I'm not a sloppy person. I'm not. When it comes to my brand, my business, and how I carry myself, I'm not sloppy. And I'm counting my fingers when I say that, because I don't play when it comes to that part of my life. I don't think you should be putting your name on anything if you're not going to really grow that business and baby that business and make sure that business is taken care of. Um, so the work ethic was not there. The integrity was not there. Sometimes the quality was not there, although that did get better. Sometimes it wasn't there. It was things that was like missed or skipped over. It's like, no, you can't do that when you have a business. And then there was a lot of distractions. It was distractions on both of our parts, but that person's distractions kind of, they were not on point. It was like, it wasn't about trying to, no matter what, let's grow this business. You might have a bad day or two, or even three, but really there should be no more than 3 days of non-business, and really it should be every day. So it got to be too much. Things were going on my end. I pulled back. They pulled back. Mind you, there was a point in the business where we didn't know if the business application had went through, because we registered in another state than where we live, because we were trying to get a store in that state, and that's a whole other story. But we registered in another state from where both of us live, which is the same state. And Um, sometime later, after we had not talked for a while, after the business was just like, I guess, just on a shelf, um, it was so ironic because I got a call from a registered agent business which wanted us to pay for the service that we had paid for, which is a whole business thing. But basically, it's like a registered agent. It's where like very important documents get mailed to if you don't have a actual bona fide storefront or office or business address. So the registered agent called us, and I was like, well, I paid for the service, but I never got anything back. This was in the middle of the pandemic, so I was like, I never got anything back talking about whether documents went through or whatever. Like, I didn't get anything back. So the lady said, "Oh, let me go see." Mind you, this is a service, and they want to know if we want their service for another year for our business, and all of this I set up. And she said, let me go check, and did some typing. And she said, "Oh, you're an LLC. You're here in this state." I looked it up myself, and we are here. But around at that same time, me and her were having interactions. There was a personal matter between us that went wrong, and all of these true colors came out. Because what I've learned about someone having envy to you or animosity, you can say animosity, but animosity, a chip on your shoulder towards me for nothing, for me just being me, means it's another way to say that you're jealous. Because what else is it? Envy, yes, envy and jealousy are two different things, but they're sisters. And either way, you are treating me a certain type of way because of things or qualities or assets or whatever it is that I have that you feel like you don't, that you want, that you have animosity because I have. So a lot of things came out when you get into an argument with someone that you don't have any animosity with, or there aren't any feelings of resentment or jealousy or anything. That, I mean, if someone resents you, it could be because of something you did, but if you didn't do anything and they kind of resent you, it's like, why? So when you go back to, people try to act like jealousy is not an option, like, no, it's a lot of people out here dealing with jealous friends and people not wishing the best. And Lord knows if they get their hands on witchcraft, it's so much things out here. You can be a believer or a non-believer, but it still don't mean it ain't real and it ain't there, and you can't be affected by it. You can be affected by it in the real world. You can be affected by it in a supernatural way. Having somebody around you with bad energy who wishing harm on you. I mean, you can't be somebody that believe in prayer, and even someone that's not overly religious may believe in prayer and wishing someone the best, right? So if wishing someone the best and having prayer and being prayerful about people less fortunate or a bad situation that you're praying for the person, doesn't that mean that you could also do the opposite? Instead of praying for good, pray for bad? So that's the same difference as really witchcraft to me. Yes, witchcraft may be a little bit more involved, like with certain elements being used to make something, to make it happen, to have enough of a willpower within you to use these herbs, these spices, these different things to make it happen. Like, I know that people are into it. It's something that I wouldn't mess with. It brings bad things in your life. And being around someone that may be dabbling in that with your name on shit, no. It's not something of the faint of heart. It's not something that's like, oh, whatever. No, you don't want anybody around you like that. I have no proof. That's the thing about stuff like that. I have no proof. But I know what I know. I know what I felt. I know it was a change, a shift in our relationship. Mind you, this was someone that was a work friend that transformed into a little bit more closer of a friend. But in a weird way, we never really left work friend realm. Things happened that it felt like we were close friends. But when I look back, there was always an energy that had us apart to me. I could feel it even at times where it was like, you're my girl. For some reason, for me, it didn't seem authentic. And when I would go through good things, have good news, it was like a lackluster congrats. It was like, oh, good for you. I was like, this is so weird. I never really experienced that ever. I've had people genuinely, if they have any resentment to me, they don't show it, because sometimes people may have moments of jealousy. With anybody can have it, but if they love you, they won't let that overpower them wanting you to genuinely be in a good place. No one wants to see someone they love, care about, suffer. But I realize that there are people that don't love you, that you may have around you that's faking to love you, and they are not going to wish the best for you. They literally not. They're going to actually wish the opposite. If you're going through a struggle of anything and you tell them, they're probably wishing that it doesn't work out for you. And I had to learn that. And it hurt me deeply. It hurt me. It scarred me. I don't think I'm really cut out for friends, clearly. I mean, I have family, I have people, I'll know, but I didn't feel it was authentic, and I knew that it wasn't real. Then when we had the first real disagreement, it didn't turn out nice. And she went to me hitting below the belt before I did. She called me a bitch out my name. I didn't call her a bitch first. I was like, "Are you calling me a bitch?" I don't argue with friends and call them bitches. I don't. I don't do that. And I guess maybe there are people that do, but I don't call my friends that. I don't call them bitches. So, if the argument is about something, then we can focus on that. She started talking about other things, and I knew I had confided in this person things about my mental illness. This is things I've been dealing with since I was a young child. Okay. I am 39. I don't care. I put it out there because this is things I have been dealing with since I was a little girl, that I've had to deal with when it comes to mental illness and different things that ail me psychologically. And I told her and confided in her very deep things. And I remember her in the disagreements calling me a nut job. And I'm laughing, but because it's absurd, but in a way, it really it hurt me, because I said, you're saying that because you're using what I said against me. You call me a nut job and said that I should be hospitalized, and I push everybody away. I was like, what? I did not take it to that level with her. But in that moment, not only was she trying to one up me, and mind you, we have the type of friendship where I was always, for one, I'm older than her, and I was always a level. When it comes to friendships, there's a dynamic, and our dynamic was I was the one that was always giving advice to her, and always the one kind of guiding through her things. So in the disagreement, she brought up things she did for me, like smoke weed with me, and I was like, okay. I smoked at the time. I couldn't stop because you smoked at the time, so I smoked with you. So yeah, I guess that's good. She said, well, I broke bread with you. You did give me food, which I eventually stopped eating because I didn't trust you. I eventually stopped eating it and didn't know what to do with it and threw it away. And then eventually, I don't know, she knows, she stopped giving it to me. Maybe she knew. But there were weird, freaking moments in our friendship that were, to me, supernatural. Excuse me. Excuse me. They were supernatural. I just felt deep. I saw things. I even prayed, like, please let me get some type of confirmation that this is something she even dabbles in when we're talking about witchcraft. And she said it one day. She was like, yeah, because I did a spell on the guy. Da, da, da. And I was like, okay, so she knows how to do spells. So what's to stop her from doing it on me and doing all this shit? And then in the middle of the disagreement, she said, oh, you're blaming me because your life is in shambles. At the time, it was really weird because when her and I talked, um, I had told her, we had not talked in months, and I had told her um, great things that had been on the horizon in the interim of us not talking, and like a new relationship, like things were really stable and better. When we got into the disagreement, she literally skipped right over that and went straight to old shit that wasn't an old relationship with. It just didn't make sense to me. It wasn't even staying on task. It was like, this girl, this was my confirmation. It haunted me for months. And the thing about it still haunts me. I still don't feel like it's over. I still feel like this person is literally putting energy into me not succeeding, or me not, or not wanting me to succeed. When it comes down to it, even with the disagreement, I mean, she broke the law. She did things in this altercation between, I can't even really call it an altercation because there was no physical altercation, but this falling out between us, she literally broke the law. Like, I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I got shit to lose. I'm not out here and doing criminal activities for nothing. I'm too good to do that. I don't have to get down like that. It's always I'm not, I ain't trying to be street. So, and if I was, you wouldn't like it. So let me keep my greenness, my cleanness, and it's okay. So, yeah, it was horrible. Still very fresh, and nobody can tell me that this girl wasn't jealous of me. I'm not even going to say anything about the physical attributes of this person and that person and me, but it comes down to many things on why a person logically comes to the conclusion that's logical to them in their head that they are jealous of you. And while they're dealing with the jealousy, to me, do they ever stop themselves? Because I talk to myself, not actually talk like back and forth conversation, but I am aware of what's going on with me. So I'm not just flying off the handle or having these emotions and I don't know. I'm just having them. One thing about dealing with mental illness is that you get really good at checking yourself mentally. And this person clearly does not know how to check herself mentally because the things she said, the things she did, she was dead wrong. And I know what I know. So yes, these situations, these stories, we're gonna keep hearing stories like this. And I hate to say it, it's very sad, it's very heartbreaking for people to lose their life because of other people's jealousy. And I'm a trusting, loving person. So I give people a chance, even when I had those feelings. And trust me, I had never had these feelings in any type of friendship. I've had falling outs, but I've never felt like someone was doing witchcraft on me or really like putting energy into wishing me harm. But mind you, I had went a very long time being close to anybody. I had friends that I was close to that I had grew apart from, but I still had a closeness with us in a way. But I was not, when I say close, I wasn't dealing with someone every day on a regular basis where I'm telling them things and they're telling me things and we're telling each other our deepest secrets. It it's very unfortunate when you tell somebody things and they tell you dirt. Like you have dirt on them, dirtier than your dirt sometimes. And they literally have no shame in throwing it in your face in a disagreement. That person was never your friend. Someone that loves you, all I got to do is say it's about the character. And I used to actually tell this person, and sometimes I was saying it to her for her to clean her character up. Certain things she did that to me. We all, nobody's perfect, and I'm not judging nobody, but I can have an opinion about what to me is a line to be drawn in some situations, and some stuff is just, it's trifling. It's not right. It's morally fucked up. So certain things I just try not to do so that I can look myself in the face in the morning and also be able to face that person. I don't like hurting or using people just because I can. I don't like doing that. I don't even like hurting people when they hurt me back. Um, but this person was very cold hearted sometimes when it came to relationships. And so looking back, I see why this person would be cold hearted when it comes to me. But I feel like you should not change because of hate, and envy and jealousy. You should just have better discernment and know when to move away. And I actually did move apart from this person, but I was already in too deep. I'm actually still in too deep. There's still businesses. There's still an LLC that is formed with both of our names on it, equally. And what I also learned about this situation is that I learned that you have to speak up for yourself in business. I reached out to this person because I like their t-shirt designs. It was based solely off of the t-shirt designs. I said I am not the greatest with making t-shirts. I do other things great. I can bring her in and make t-shirts. I don't know. It was never a reason to give this person 50% of anything. It's my cat. It was never, I didn't have to do that. It was all me coming to her. I even registered the business. I will give the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to say the truth. That person helped come up with ideas with this business and the branding of it, but the business itself, the thought, and this is what we got to do to register, and this is what we got to do, and this was me. I I knew exactly what to do to be a bona fide LLC. I knew how to form the LLC and get your EIN after, and go move forward to getting your bank account so you can do business and so that you can start bringing money into this business. And I'm not a business guru, but what I don't know, I learned, but I know enough. I took classes, one semester doing my going to school for psychology. I took a business class because I wanted to know the ins and outs. And I actually learned a lot that one semester. And I wasn't a business major. I was psychology, but I know enough to know how to get a business started and to secure wholesale accounts and to step by step decide what you want to do to grow your business. And it didn't work out with that person. It's unfortunate because a business was formed and I have my own LLC, and it's just a lot. It's messy at this point because I'm dealing with someone that wants to hit below the belt, and I don't want to go there because when I go there, it is like a perfect storm. But that's really what I wanted to talk about. I really just wanted to get into that story, get that off my chest. But also, you have to be very careful what you share with people. New things. And like I said, this person, when I had got back into talking, it wasn't like we went straight into this disagreement. It was like a little talking, and then the falling out happened. But in that in between of us talking, I had shared that while we weren't talking in the previous months, this great thing happened. They said good things. Mind you, this was relationship wise, and it was like when the altercation, when the disagreement happened, that was thrown out the window. It wasn't it. It was like that person. Mind you, I said I'm going to be getting married soon. And it was just like, when I said soon, I mean like in the next 2 years, things are great. It was so weird because when we got into it, it was like, girl, whatever. You was dealing with this, do, and I did this. And it was like, for one, this has nothing to do with the disagreement, nothing to do with the disagreement. And two, it has nothing to do with now. So what are you talking about? So you just got to be careful. You have to have discernment. You have to stay prayed up. You have to know when to get away from somebody and when not to even get close to them, because I had ill feelings, not necessarily ill feelings, but I had feelings of hesitation when I became friends with this person. It was things that I was like, I don't like that. I don't want to be associated with someone that does that. Like, and I'm not perfect, but it's certain things that's like it kind of brings down your level if you're dealing. If you are, I don't want to deal with a broken woman. I'm already fixing my own brokenness, but I've came a long way and I've helped myself and I'm intelligent and I'm cultured and I've taught myself and I educated myself. So I came a long way to get here. I've been broken in between and had to fix myself in between, but I came a long way. I'm a little older, a little more seasoned. So the only thing I can really do is teach this person how to be like me, but I could do that and be a mentor, but that's only if they're willing to have me in that capacity. If I'm going to be in the capacity of a friend, it's going to be really hard because I'm going to want to speak my mind and tell you like, this ain't it, sis. This is not it. You can do better than this. You can be better than this. You need to step that game up. It's hard sometimes to tell somebody that they need to step their game up because they don't want to hear that. Step it up. Do the right move. Stop fucking up money. Stop dealing with this jerk. Focus on you. Pull your look together. It's never an excuse to be frumpy. It's never an excuse to be a fucking mess. You dress for success. You hold your head high and your shoulders back, and you have a presence with you. And you don't have to be like a boss mentality. Be a sweet feminine woman that knows herself and that's confident of herself. And carry that on your shoulders and see how things go for you. You start pulling different guys. You'll pull different opportunities. You'll put yourself in different avenues and places that you can have abundance and prosperity and meet the right people. Try to sometimes not be the smartest person in the room. Try to sometimes put yourself in a room of smarter people. Step your game up, your life up. It's not a cliche, it's a real thing. And that's my flow of things. And that's what I was trying to teach her. And I'm also trying to step my own life up at the same time. But I really wanted to help her because that's just what I do. I help people. And even though I didn't smoke weed with her and do all those things that she wanted to throw back up in my face, I poured life. And I wasn't even trying to say this person's sex, but I poured life into this person. Confidence. Get up and go. Don't let this person treat you like that. No, that isn't right. No, speak up for that. No, do this. Not telling them what to do, but you gotta start somewhere when it comes to fixing your life. I don't know why people just think this is it. And trust me, ain't nothing fancy about my lifestyle or her lifestyle, but I am trying to go places and do things. And ain't nothing wrong with being different enough to say that. Listen, sometimes people will shame you because you want more. You're not going to shame me because I want more. You're not going to shame me because I dress for success because I don't want to be looking a mess. Okay, bars. I dress for success because I don't want to be looking a mess and get caught slipping. Why? That's not cute. That's not success. That's not prosperity and abundance. Abundance never looked a mess to me. Prosperity doesn't look a mess. It doesn't look disheveled and frumpy. I don't think it's an excuse. I don't. And I tried to pour life into this person. And I know I'm going off on a tangent at this point, but I just wanted to tell the story that you have to be careful. I don't know what's wrong with my mouth today, but you have to be careful of fake friends. And you will know. When you feel it, you know. You will never have to feel an authentic person is fake. That doesn't make sense. If you feel it, then you know. And that's what I have to say. So I'm going to go. Stay beautiful, my beautiful gems. And I will see you soon. Sooner, hopefully, rather than later. Happy Thanksgiving. And I hope all is well and stay safe. Keep your head up. Just stay positive. Stay in this game. Be the light. Be the light. Just be the light. Okay.